I love that video. We just rocks. And the women that are on that panel, I always look at and say, these are awesome queens. I call each and every one of women Queen Diamonds. I got to adjust here. I did that earlier. So how is everybody this evening? Now you looking at me saying, okay, Barbara, you said it's a panel discussion. Why did we just see you? Well, I got to come on first just to give you kind of like the, what's going to delay of the land right now. And also, I always have my quotes. I'm kind of famous for that right now. So the quote is going towards what we're going to be talking about this evening. So first, welcome everybody. This is the Diamond Perspective panel show with some awesome experts that's going to be coming on, women experts from all over any industry that they're doing. I mean, you're going to get to meet each and every one of them. That's one thing we do. That's the big takeaway is they're going to introduce themselves, 30-second intro, so you can get to know them. And I ask that you start knowing them and talking to them individually and seeing how they can help you in your life. And that's what we're going to be talking about, collaboration tonight. So that's going to be the big part. So with that, the quote, just to remember, if you want to lift yourself up, lift up someone else. That's by Booker T. Washington. So it's nice to lift you up, but when you lift up somebody else, I'm telling you, there is power in pushing and helping and elevating others. So with that, we're going to bring on our queens. They're going to come in one by one. We got Barbara, we got Pat, we got Regina. Let's see, did I get everybody? We got Shelly. Yes, I thought I seen somebody. Hey, ladies.
Hello. So glad to be here. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Yes, are we ready to rock and roll this topic? So, I don't like waste time. We want to make sure that we give people value. Plus, I want to make sure people get to know who each person you are here, because you're experts. You have your own, your entrepreneurs. You have your own movements. You have your own companies, and they need to know who you are. So, with that said, I'm going to start off. But how do I do this? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. No. Let's start with Regina, because we have some special guests too. So, and that's it. I'm loving it. Thanks to Barbara. I always give her kudos. She brings in the wonderful guests and that we can talk to and get to know. So let's start with Miss Regina.
Awesome. Well, it's a pleasure to be here tonight. Thanks for inviting me, Barb. Thanks for having me here, Barbara and Barb. Are you guys both good with Barb?
BBs. We're the BBs.
The BBs. So I am Regina Partain Bergman. I am an international best-selling author. I am host of the upcoming podcast, Pursuing Profit with Principles. Very excited to be kicking that off. And I help cash-strapped businesses find more profit in their business so that they can create that life that they desire.
Wow. I like profit. That sounds good to everybody, increasing your profit. So she's a lady, so that's awesome. Okay, let's go to Miss Shelly. These are our wonderful guests tonight.
So can I ask a favor of you? Can I
Sure.
take 2 minutes instead of 30 seconds?
2 minutes? I can give you 1 minute.
I'm practicing telling my story, but I don't have a 1 minute version yet. It's harder to do 60 seconds in 2 minutes, but my name is Shelly Piaggio, and I basically help people age gracefully. We have some preventative healthcare measures that are science-based, new technology, pretty awesome. And I love what you're doing with empowering women. I am becoming one of your biggest fans, and I love Barbara Ellison. We have been friends for years, and I swear sometimes we share a brain. So thank you for inviting me.
Sharing of brains. I'm telling you.
Love that.
That's awesome. Love it. Okay, it's funny because I'm just noticing all of our guests are on the second line here.
No, isn't that see?
That's how that works, huh? So then my guest that I brought in this evening, the Miss Lovely, other queen, Aneri. Can you tell people who you are and what you do?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. So my name is Aneri Bellamy, and I am an impact leader. I'm an author. I'm a podcast host of Coaches Making Impact, and I am the coach's coach. So I have a business called High Performing Coaches, where I help the whole coach perform and show up in their best selves for their businesses. And as an impact leader, I help people shatter the norm and expand their vision. So I tap into the best part of them, help them see what that is, what I call their magic elixir, and how to use it to promote their business and go from impact to income.
Awesome. I'm hearing income and profit, all that good stuff coming in. Wow. Okay, so now we get to our vets. Let's go to Miss Pat.
Hi, everybody. I am Pat Nauer. I am the host of the Business Money Mastery Show every single Monday morning at 9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. And what I do is I work with business owners. Of course, it's all about profit and all that stuff, but I infuse a high dose of spirituality in with generating income, because it's not just about strategy. It's who you are and who you're being that makes the biggest impact. Did you know that 6% of business owners will cross the six-figure mark? 6%, that's it. And of that, only 50% will make more than $25,000 in a year. I don't know about you, but that's just unacceptable. So join me on the mission to get business owners earning over $100,000 as the norm.
I love it. I love it. I'm in.
I'm in.
Yeah. I mean, I'm thinking, why be in business if you're not making any money? I mean, it's like, what's going on with this picture?
That's
I love everybody, but you want to make some money.
That's why we're here, right?
We all have bills to pay.
Yeah. Well, since Barbara gracious, my other BB here, my BE, introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay, well, my name is Barbara Ellison, and I am your personality pro, because personality drives reality. And my mission is to make happiness the norm rather than the exception by helping people worldwide to live the happy, healthy, financially free, abundant lives that we are meant to have. So I'm just so grateful to be on this, because that's what we're going to be talking about, and how to collaborate and how to get it. So
yes. And we had a wonderful queen just pop in now. Is it Caroline or Carolyn? I just want to make sure.
Nope, you're muted.
Uh-oh. I think she's muted. I would check. She's not muted on this end. I hear typing. Maybe it was somebody else. Oh, no. I hate when that happens. That's been happening to me for 3 months, so don't feel bad, Carolyn.
Sometimes you log back out and log back in, and sometimes it'll work.
Yeah.
And Carolina, and then Carolina, when you come back in, it might ask you to access your camera and your audio.
Right.
Okay.
So go out and come back in.
Yep.
Okay. So hopefully, that works sometimes. Just doing that alone is magic. It's magic.
Look at
days.
Yeah, I know.
And who are you, Barbara Bentley?
And my name Bentley. Ooh, man, that might be coming up.
I'm thinking Bentley.
Did I hear Bentley? Ted, did you just put that in my world?
I am putting that in your world.
Thank you. We need to talk some more.
Yes, ma'am.
So my name is. I love that. See, you got to put it out there. Words are powerful.
That's right, Barbara Beckley.
Words are powerful. So my name is Barbara Beckley. I am the CEO of the Diamond Factor LLC and the founder of all the Diamond Factor experience that I do, be it on this show. I have a TV streaming show right now that I am just loving because it's increasing in numbers. And that just tells me that now I can give more exposure to more women. See, usually some people get up there to get a show and they be like, oh, I got a show. Look at me on my show. I look cute on my show. And I'm like, no. Okay, yeah, that's nice. But no, I get to bring others along so we can all build up. And that's what we're going to be talking about tonight. So I'm going right into our topic this evening. So I want, ladies, because we all, right now, we're all collaborating. Mm-hmm. All of us on here. Just getting on this panel right now, we are collaborating. And the biggest thing I said with the quote about, lifting others up. And I know a lot of people are like, well, Barbara, you didn't say anything about you. Because Pat always reminds me I need to introduce myself. So thank you, Pat, for having my back on that. But I'm so just like pushing everybody else. It's like, oh yeah, I do have to see who I am. But I want to get from each of you, how do you feel like collaboration has benefited in your, like, just not business, but in personal life too? And we can start, anybody can start first if they want to. Let me see if Carol can hear. Carolyn, can you help Carol?
Let's see if Carolina can come on.
Yeah, is it Caroline? Okay, Caroline. Caroline, okay.
Carolina.
Caroline, can you hear us? Well, I can see her. It's still not working. Yeah. Yeah, it looks like.
Because we can see her.
Yeah, I can see her. And now she's frozen.
Modern technology. Mm-hmm. Love it when it works, and we love it when it does.
Oh, she moved again. I'd be doing like the prayers, like, come on, please. Please. Okay. Well, it looks like we're still having
a bit of audio.
It's her audio.
Mm-hmm. It's her audio. Okay.
Can't hear you.
Yeah, can't hear you.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Maybe you can put some nuggets in the chat.
Yeah. So oh, there's a private chat. Can you hear me? Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Okay. So see, we're all collaborating, trying to get her on. See that again? That's how we distill. This is in our blood. It's in our blood. So I want to start with Shelly. So with collaboration, how do you see it benefiting you, like in your business and in your personal life?
I think the number one thing is it levels my game up so dramatically. Right now, I'm in the middle of a pretty intense project. I'm collaborating with a friend of mine who is next level. She's so flippin' amazing. She's monstrously productive. She's got the best people skills of anybody I've ever known. We're accountability partners, and just talking to her takes me from here to here. And so to me, it's about leveling up and bringing out the best. And if she's having a bad day, which blows me away that somebody who's that awesome has her low moments, I can encourage her. I can pour into her the way she's doing to me. And it just feels great. I mean, it feels so good to have somebody to link arms with and do that and have that kind of a power partner, even though we're in different businesses. It's been very good for both of us. So for me, it's about leveling up, changing the game, and not being in it alone.
Right. I like that. And I like how you said leveling up. And that's another question after everybody gets done talking about collaboration and what they see, benefit them is, who do you really collaborate with? I mean, what people, there's different levels. So we can start talking about that a little bit too. So let's get to Regina.
Sure. I think collaboration is a part of just about every moment of my day. And I loved what you had to say, Shelly, not only about leveling them up, but not being in it alone. Because as entrepreneurs, we tend to be oftentimes a one-stop shop for a long time. We're the one, right? Mm-hmm. And the weight of the world can be on your shoulders. And if you have other people that you can collaborate with who've been there or who are going through it at that same time, there's a lot of power in that, to be able to bounce ideas off of someone that gets it, that they understand what you're going through. Recently, I co-founded a 3-day summit, a health, life, and business summit. Pure collaboration with a lady from the Netherlands. And, it was educational, exciting, had its moments of terror. It was great. But every connection I make with people, it's all about how can we work together to best serve our clients, to serve each other and our clients. And that's always my starting point with anybody that I meet online. And I don't meet anybody anywhere else these days.
Exactly.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Oh, yes.
Third time charm.
Now is the party. You started, Carolyn. Yes. Okay. So and then we have American Supermom. She's in the building.
Okay,
Yeah.
Michelle.
Can you hear us? Because we've been dealing with sound. Can you hear us, Lachelle?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, you were froze. You're freezing a little bit.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, you got us. Okay. So before we go
Oh,
on,
okay.
we had questions regarding collaboration, but I'm going to put a pin in it for a minute because I want Carolyn to introduce herself a minute, and then Lachelle, you introduce yourself, okay?
All right.
Okay.
So I'm Carolina Ibrastris, and I am a transformational coach, and I help men and women with their relationships and with their personal transformation. Do you want to know more, or that would be good enough?
Oh, that's good enough. But we're gonna, before we end everything, I'll have everybody say something at the end because that's what it's about too. Is telling what you do. So, Miss Lachelle, if you could introduce yourself.
Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. I'm Lachelle, also known as America's Supermom. I'm the mother of 15 and a podcast host, and really all things media to raise awareness around mental wellness. And I'm glad to be here.
Yeah.
I am so glad that you two are here too. Plus, Lachelle introduced the Diamond Perspective panel, so she named it. So I always give her so much credit for that. So now, what I'm going to ask, since we have a lot of people on, and I want to make sure people can hear you, is I'm going to ask if you're not speaking to mute yourself because I can hear feedback, and I just want to make sure that, and I'll do it for me too when I stop talking to make sure it's fair for everybody. Okay, I still hear a little bit. Yeah, there we go. There we go. See? Collaboration. I'm telling you, it's just wonderful. Okay, well, who we lose? Or did it move? Uh-oh, Shelly, we lost Shelly. I feel like I'm keeping up with all my my friends here. Okay, so where were we at? Okay, so Shelly's talked about collaboration in her business, and Regina talked. So let's go to Aneri. Let's go to Aneri.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Again, thank you for having me as a guest. And yes, collaboration. Oh my goodness, it is your business's lifeline, right? It's kind of like the body. No one piece works alone, but when it all works together, right, then it just works and creates something beautiful. And that's the same thing with collaboration. I learned a long time ago that learning how to connect to other people and figuring out how you can put pieces of the puzzle together makes a whole world of difference in how you show up in the world. And like we're doing right now, there'll be people that gets all kind of benefits from this, because although we're all answering the same question, our answers are going to all be different. And so they're going to get the whole picture. So yes, collaboration is your business's lifeline. And it is what levels you up, takes you to the next level, because holding hands always gets you there faster.
I love how you put that. Yes, holding hands. And I feel like I'd be holding everybody's hand all the time because I just want you all to move forward. So yeah, me and this lady right here, we started collaborating just a few weeks ago. We met each other through another wonderful queen, Laura Armstrong. I know she's watching too. And next thing you know, we get together, and now she's gonna be on my TV stream show as an expert. And she'll talk a little bit more about that a little later. So see, again, it works. It works. So let's go to who do I pick? Boy, this is kind of interesting, boy. Let's go with Lachelle. Collaboration. What is that? How does that benefit you in your business or personal? You can talk about both if you want to.
I couldn't live without collaboration. So, family with 9 of our 15 kids still living at home, 7 of them e-learning. You have to collaborate, from cooking, cleaning, helping out around the house, and just in your business. I'm able to really be on a lot of different platforms because I have the mindset of not always feeling like I have to get the credit. And that is one thing that's beneficial when it comes to collaboration, because you're able to come together, create a masterpiece, I say, and not really be concerned about who did what and, somebody stealing someone else's thunder. You're able to all be your own zone of genius. So I think that is really what's important when it comes to collaboration.
I love that. And I love how you mentioned, Lachelle, about stealing somebody else's thunder. And sometimes that's where the collaboration gets broken. Sometimes is we get in our heads like, well, if they're doing the same thing or whatever, something similar, then, they might, take this or do this. No one can take anything. Everybody has their own uniqueness. And when you come together, it just explodes. It just gets better. So, Lachelle, I'm glad you brought that out, because a lot of times you could be missing out on something by doing that. And we don't want to miss out on anything in life. So let's go to Miss Barbara, my other partner in crime. Uh-oh, now she's on mute.
One of my favorite sayings, and I've been hearing it a little bit more, that it's a proverb, and not a proverb, it's I can't remember the word, doesn't matter. But if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. And that to me just is the definition of collaboration, because sometimes we cannot possibly think of everything ourselves. Like I know, like between Pat and I, we talk about verbiage and we talk about naming things. And all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's a great name, because she picks on something I've picked up and I pick on something she's picked up on. And that's what it's all about, because you cannot possibly know everything yourself. And plus there's room for everybody. There's 7 billion people on this planet. And as more and more people are getting onto the internet and as it's growing, there is going to be enough for everybody. So it's all about collaboration. It's because we can go much further when we're doing it as a team, and when we're helping each other. All boats rise with the tide.
Yeah, because you just said, Barbara, there was 7 billion trillion, whatever. It's just a high number. And we're going to be forever trying to reach to the people. So Barbara can't do that on her own. In fact, I'll probably be dead by the time I can't get to that. So I need all of you collectively so we can all reach the people. And even with us right here, we still need more people to reach those people. So yes, it's a never ending.
We are right now, this group, we're a drop in the bucket.
Yeah, just like a small. Yeah.
There is so much opportunity out there.
Yes. So that's why I'm saying that's why I'm loving this, because the more we do, the more people we can reach within that movement. I call it a movement. To me, it's a movement of us reaching and collaborating with each other. So with that said, let's go to Carolyn. Sorry.
Carolina.
Carolina. Okay, I gotta say Carolina. Thank you.
Carolina. It's in Spanish. It's Carolina is in English and Carolina is in Spanish. Anyways, well, it's amazing to hear you all talk about collaboration. It's beautiful. I think that we have the trend has been to individualize ourselves a lot, and to a point that we have started to play our games on our own and ourselves. And you're right, it just doesn't get you far. And so coming from a culture, Latin American culture, where everything is very tribal, which has a bad side to it. It looks very good from the outside, but it has a bad side to it in the sense that there is no much of differentiation. Like people tend to be the same. And so it's good to have this individualization that we're having, but not to the point where we start going solo. And the collaboration of the distinctive parts is what makes it so rich and so powerful. And I think that we have gotten to that place now culturally, and the world is just this incredible bunch of like millions of types of people with their needs and their skills and their strengths and all that. And so really we can create something absolutely wonderful. And it's good that we can start doing that, especially I believe, and I'm not into separating men and women. I think that it's a bad war to have, but I believe that the feminine has that characteristic of collaboration that's natural to us. And so for us, it really feels great. It's not only makes sense, but it feels great, right? We're always 1 inch away from let's just be friends. So yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, I can go forever, so I'm gonna let someone else talk.
That's okay. We all got our share. That's good. So that's I like how you said that, you know, we come because we're from, and I'm bringing this up too because this is so important. On this panel right now, we have all different types of minorities here. We do. And that's like the special sauce to me. That's just like the extra, like that little cherry on top with the sundae. You see, I'm hungry for some dessert, but with the sundae, because it's just mixes it even more. I've been meeting so many women now from different countries that it's just astounding how, you know, whatever country you're at, we still as women are pushing and working towards the same thing. And when you can, I mean, the United States, yeah, now you go outside and you meet even more women. It's like, oh my God, you know, so this pandemic, I know it's been bad and we all are dealing with it. But one thing I've seen that came out from it is we really got a chance to really collaborate with people outside of the United States and build good relationships. I mean, I have seen a lot of relationships being built from this. So with that, now who did I miss? I want to make sure I get everybody. Did I get Pat? Oh, Pat. Tell us your wisdom. Collaboration.
So when we're born, we're all born with 26 gifts. Half of them are for us to use in our own lives. The other half are for us to use in other people's lives. So when we're not sharing those gifts, we're actually cutting ourselves off because we're not using the full gifts that we were born with. So in order for us to actually be able to use them, we have to collaborate. And that's how we evolve and that's how we grow. So if you're not giving out gifts, you're not getting back gifts. Remember, that's how the universe works, right? It's a mirror. So in order to give, you have to receive. In order to receive, you have to give. So collaboration is the only way to make it happen.
Yes, definitely, definitely. So did I hit everybody? I don't want to miss you. Okay, good. So before we get into our next question, as I always say, we're talking about collaboration. So I have been collaborating with one of my charities that I'm part of called Chemo Buddies for Life. And I've been with them now for a year now. The queen over there is Tamara L. Hunter. And I want to play her clip because she is really pushing to make sure that any individual that's going through a journey, that when they hear the word cancer, if they go to the doctor, that they're not alone. That they're not alone. So I'm going to play this clip and then we're going to get right back into talking about some collaboration and who should you collaborate with? Is it certain individuals or is it everybody? We're going to talk to our panelists about that. We'll be back.
Life is so fragile, and we're constantly reminded just how fragile life can be, especially when we or a loved one is told we have cancer. Cancer survivor myself, I can tell you, we still feel very alone in this journey.
There's a study that's been showing that patients who are socially isolated have a worse prognosis, have a worse outcome than patients who are socially interconnected.
Buddies for Life is a non-profit cancer support group for those whose life has been impacted by cancer. We'll match you with the perfect buddy. Humor, hope, heart, and hugs.
Humor, hope, heart, hugs, and a whole lot of love.
We're offering you a free membership, so please sign up today. Share this with your friends and family, and support this community in every way you can. No one should face cancer alone.
I am a Chemo Buddy for Life.
We are a Buddies Network.
No one does cancer alone.
Be a buddy.
And we are all here for you as a community of love.
We are Chemo Buddies for Life.
And if you've heard 3 words, you have cancer, for yourself or someone else, you belong with us at Chemo Buddies for Life.
Healing through connections.
Oh. So yeah, so anyone that knows anybody that might be going through it or even in remission, please, Chemo Buddies, CBL4L.org. Go to that website and believe me, there's a lot of love and a lot of laughs. So you will really enjoy them. So now we're going to move on. The next question. Now I just want you to just, I'm not going to say names, I'll just let you just come out and talk about it. But collaboration. Now, there's one thing to collaborate. There's another thing. Are we collaborating with the right people? Do we need to put them in certain buckets? Should we talk to some individuals? Should we talk to what do you do? How do you kind of work that out? Or is it just like, you know what, anybody that comes along, I'll just talk to you and I'll collaborate. So let's start some discussion on that. Who wants to go first?
I do.
Okay, Shelly, I see Shelly's hand first.
I think it's so important we become like the average of the 5 people we hang around with the most. And we become like the people we collaborate with. So we want to go for the absolute best of the best that we can. And even if we're not qualified to be with those people. So for instance, if I wanted to play basketball, my agenda would be to maybe hang out with the Los Angeles Lakers and let them play with me. But they would be idiots to let me do that because I'm going to bring down the game so flippin' bad. So there's a point where we're collaborating with people who are wanting to get where we are, and we do that to give back. But for the most part, we're going to be collaborating with people who are like-minded, like the spiritual side from Pat. Like she was saying that, and I was just like, gosh, I love collaborating with people who have that in common with me. Doesn't mean I won't collaborate with other people who don't, but I think there's wisdom in that. I also loved what you had said about we've got minorities and we've got people from different cultures. And there have been studies that show if you get a woman, a minority on a board member of a publicly traded company, boom, Katie bar the doors. They break all kinds of records and great things happen when you have these different voices. So yes, like-minded people, but we also need that diversity in there too. And again, as close to you and a little bit, maybe if you can, earn the right with those people that are where you want to be. So those are my thoughts. But again, give back to people who are trying to get there as well.
Awesome. I'm loving that. Let's all get together and just go boom, like Shelly said, and just break through them doors. Love it. Love it. Okay, who's next? Pat?
I never know where the gift is going to come from. So I keep my mind and my options really open. And if somebody invites me to have a conversation, or if I see somebody, I will invite them to have a conversation, even if it's for 1 minute, because I never know if that next person is going to have the gift that I'm looking for that I hadn't even considered. I like believing that the world and the universe is such an open, loving, wonderful place that it's going to put the people in front of me that I need to see next in order to progress my own journey and to progress their journey as well. So while I do want to up level with people who are above me, although I don't believe that anybody is really above me, we just have different gifts. I like being open to collaborating with everybody and talking to everybody.
I like what you said, Pat, about that, because I was thinking when you were talking, collaboration equals innovation. So you never know who's going to be like the next, tell you something, you'd be like, oh my God. And then it creates a whole product. And now we're all a part of that. So yeah, you do have to always keep your ears open.
That was the one missing idea I was looking for.
Yeah.
Right.
So who's next? Whoever talks first.
Okay, well, I will. I think one of the things for me is that, like Pat just said, you never know who's going to supply you with one little thing that can change your life. And because it changes your life, it's going to change somebody else as you share it forward. And like, I'm going to brag on Carolina for a minute. She did a process with me that she uses, and it has absolutely changed how I think about my younger sister. And it was amazing. And so consequently, because I did that, now I've used that same process that she taught me now it's going forward because it's changing how I am dealing with people going forward, of being more understanding. Like, I'm a personality science trainer, but you know what? It has absolutely helped me to crystallize what I already do with personality, but has just added another little level to it of understanding. And that's what life is all about, is understanding the people who are around us, because we can't do life on our own.
No.
We have to get along with the people around us.
Yeah.
So let's you know, every little thing that we can learn from each other all adds that.
Yeah, and it's wonderful how she lifted you up. Now, if you didn't talk to Carolina, then you wouldn't have got that part that you needed. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's why we come together, because you never know, a person could add another piece to what you're doing. And I know each person on this panel has added a piece in my life that I added to move forward. And it's just amazing how that works. It's amazing. So thanks for bringing that up, and you two partnering like that. So I know, who was next? I know okay, go ahead.
Okay. So the other thing that I learned the hard way about collaboration is, before you can go out and collaborate with others, you have to have an understanding of yourself, right? You have to be aligned. And what happens is, and I learned this in my business, before I became aligned, I was attracting the wrong collaborations, right? They would just never go right. Something would always go wrong. But once I figured out what I call my magic elixir, and I figured out what I had to offer the world and became aligned, then all of the collaborations that I needed and who needed me automatically fell in place. Just like Pat was saying, it would be an interview I was doing, and the interview turned into a collaboration, or, you're in a Facebook group, or you're somewhere else doing something totally different, and something beautiful is born out of it that you weren't even expecting. But it's all about alignment. So if anything, you have to first figure out what you have to offer the world, right? Start operating in that purpose, start operating in that alignment, and those collaborations just start falling in place, and it's a beautiful thing. So that would be the foundation of everything we're talking about, is knowing what your secret, as Barbara says, your secret sauce, and I call it your magic elixir. Knowing what that is, being in that alignment, and then all the rest will start to happen.
Yes, I love. It's funny because I even passed it magic. Wasn't it magic elixir?
Magic elixir.
Elixir. I love that. This is we see creativity. See, I'll tell people. See, that's another thing we gotta really hone in and just own it. If you don't know certain things, because that's not maybe your wheelhouse or your lane, look at all these ladies here. They have the lanes that you might need to improve what you need to do. I know I'm not creative, but I know some of these other ladies are, and I have reached out to them and said, "Can you help me word this or put this together?" Because I'm just like, now, can I do it? Yeah. Will it take longer? Yes. Yes. But why take that 2 or 3 hours of staying up trying to figure out how to do a landing page? Let's use an example, and you can see this is in my world right now. And if you can get to somebody else and they can do it in 20 minutes. So, look at that. Look at that, right? You could be doing your own genius for those hours that you kind of spent on a landing page that probably wasn't in your wheelhouse. So awesome, awesome, awesome. I love that magic elixir. Okay, who's next, Miss Regina?
Yes. So first of all, I just want to say I really appreciate the comments that have been made and can identify with a lot of what's been said. I think that we live in the best time in the history of the world. We have never lived in such a small, connected world as we do today, where technology allows us to interact with people around the world. There are no barriers. There's no country lines. There's nothing to prevent us from collaborating with many, many individuals in the world. And I truly believe that entrepreneurs are changing the world through those collaborations, and that the future, in part, will be because of what we are doing today with our collaborations today and tomorrow and moving forward. So it's an exciting time to be alive.
It is. And you know what? And it's like the sky's the limit, Regina, because we now have, with technology, I know we talk about, we laugh, oh, it's not working today, oh, we can't hear each other. But look at this. All of us are from different areas of the platform here, and we're together talking about collaboration. Technology. Yeah, I give it kudos when it works, right? When it works. So with that, let's go to, who did I miss? I want to make sure.
Okay, can I just say one little thing in here? Look at where all of us are from.
Oh, yeah.
Where are all, okay, I live near Chicago. Where are you, Barb?
I'm in Kenosha, Wisconsin.
Pat?
Yeah.
DeLand, Florida.
Regina?
Houston, Texas.
I can't. Where do you live?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Carolina?
I'm in Connecticut.
Lachelle, you're near Chicago, right? No?
Georgia.
Oh, you're from
she's from Georgia.
She's from Georgia. Okay, then Shelly, where are you from?
I am from beautiful Denver, Colorado.
I'm in Georgia.
Colorado. You're in Georgia. So look at just in this panel.
Yeah, that's cool.
This is what collaboration is about.
Mm-hmm.
Woo! See, I just got like chills. Like chills like that. Yes, I love it. Okay, I don't want to, like I said, I won't stop the show. Who has not talked? I want to give everybody, and please put yourself on mute because I can hear feedback. Okay. Ms. Lachelle, America Supermom.
Yeah. So the question I believe we were asking, because so many great answers, it's like, this is amazing. But who do we know? How do we know who to collaborate with? Was that the question? Okay. I think, being open is so important because, opportunities to collaborate are everywhere if you're willing to listen. I had to do a coaching call last week, and it was an opportunity to get to know someone. We call it a coaching call for this organization that I'm in, but it's really just like a one-on-one, getting to know what they do. I tell them what I do so that we can collaborate and send referrals to each other. And because we both were open, we were very engaged, we created a product that we decided that we're going to collaborate on organically through that conversation. So I think when you're open to learning, to really hearing from another person, collaborations can actually manifest because of that mindset in real time. So always being open, never thinking that it has to come a certain way. And just, innovation is the thing. You can innovate something every day, and that process can go a lot faster when you're working with someone else instead of doing that innovation alone.
Thank you so much, America Supermom. Yeah, that's awesome. Innovation is the key. And I was just thinking that, a lot of times I think in all of our business here that we do, if it's a coach, if you're an author, if you're a podcaster, and the list goes on because we have so many wonderful hats, these queens here, is that the one thing I think we can all say is we always want to make sure whatever we do that we're basically healing something in somebody's life. There's some pain point, there's something out there that they need from us and that we can give to them. And that's the biggest thing that I always say when I'm always on the platform. I said, if I can't give value to somebody, if I'm just sitting here just talking, to me, that's a waste of time. I want to make sure that I can help you in an area that you have a need for. And I think all of us can say that on this panel, that this is what we do. Everything that you do, all these things that what they said they do, they're trying to help you, everybody out there, to say, you know what, we have something for you so you don't have to hurt. Or maybe something that's in your business that you're struggling with. Well, here, I'm here. There's a coach of a coach. There's a coach that coaches on here. So it's just amazing of all the gifts and the genius that we have. Now, did I forget anybody before we wrap up?
I didn't talk, but it's fine because I think that I agree with all of you, and I don't have much new to add to that. So we can move forward.
Are you sure? Because I want to make sure you share. Okay.
I mean, I agree. I agree with what was been said, what has been said, 100%, that who to collaborate with. I would say yes, stretch yourself to those people that will push you forward, but also extend a hand and collaborate with those who you are a mentor to or could be a mentor to, and have the ability to learn from anyone that you collaborate with. So I agree with all of you.
Yes. Thank you, because I want to make sure that's one thing that we always have to make sure is we keep that open door for each and every one of us. We all have something, the uniqueness to share with others. So even if it's just sometimes the smallest 2 or 3 words that come out of somebody creates a huge impact. So Carolina, that's why I said I wanted you to say what you have to say, because your words are going to be powerful to touch somebody out there. So remember that, everybody here, remember that. So with that, and so now, boy, time, it was like, dang, it's almost an hour. I didn't even realize that. Okay, well, before we wrap up, because I know it's late for some people, because as you all know, we're all different time zones here. So what I want to ask from each wonderful Queen Diamonds on the panel is to just give, just a tip, just, a short tip that you want to give, to the listeners, and then let them know how they can contact you, because that's important. This is collaboration. I want to make sure we use this wisely. So just a small tip that you want to give a listener, because we have a few on here that I see coming in, and then how they can contact you. So we'll start with Barbara.
Yeah, unmute. The mute button is our friend. Okay, yeah. For me, one of the things that I am really trying to get across to people, and especially women, is that celebrate the things that you are becoming, rather than beating yourself up for the things that you're not. And that, I think, because that impacts everything that we do. Like I think we talked about at the beginning, know who you are to begin with, and be accepting of who you are, and being authentic of who you are, because then that's going to go forward and it will impact everything else that you do. So, yeah. And I mean, get in touch with me. I'm on Facebook. I'm on LinkedIn. You can email me at barbara@movingonmovement.com, and would love to hear from you, and messenger me. I love being messengered.
She's a good connector. Barbara's a good connector. I love her for that. Okay, I'm just going to go down who I see. Miss Pat.
My tip is to look in the mirror every single morning when you first get up, like before you're even out of that hazy state, and tell yourself, say it out loud, how much you love yourself. Because when you're connecting with yourself and when you're showing love and gratitude to yourself first and foremost, it makes it very easy to connect with other people during the day. Another tip is make sure each day you connect with at least one person. Have some kind of a collaborative call with one person per day and watch how your life just changes. Connect with me on Facebook, LinkedIn, on Instagram, on Clubhouse. I'm everywhere. Wherever you're looking, I'm there. And of course, by email at pat@cornerofficeuniversity.com. Again, pat@cornerofficeuniversity.com, and private message me as well. I'm here.
Thank you, Miss Pat. And then we'll go to Carolina. Uh-oh, you on mute?
Sorry.
There we go.
Tips for you guys. Hard. You are amazing. Do not give up, because the world needs you. And our hearts are really big. I mean, humans' hearts. And are a little bit confused and buried at the moment. And we have a mission. So don't forget that we are basically superheroes, that we need to go and save the world. It's a responsibility of privileged people like ourselves. And privileged, you know what I mean. I don't mean we are royalty. I mean, we have food, we have shelter, we have running water, and we are in a free society. And so we have that responsibility, I believe, to do as much as we can, one person at a time, or a million if we prefer the big numbers, but to keep going, because we are needed. And yeah, that's what I wanted to say. You can reach me. I just pasted my LinkedIn connection, LinkedIn information. But I am in Instagram and everything else, but that's where we can start messaging each other. I offer a free session of the tool that Barbara was speaking to all of you. No strings attached. I know it's usually people think, oh yeah, but then you're going to want to coach me. No. It's perfectly fine. This is my way of contributing to the world. It makes me happy. It gives me more than you can imagine. Just to know that I made a difference in someone's life. And that's it. So you're all welcome to jump into my calendar, which I'm going to leave my link to my calendar here, and just book a call, and we can work together. We can have a call first if you prefer, but that's it. And thank you.
Thank you, Carolina, for coming this evening. And like you said, I love how you said, we talk about the big numbers of touching people, but I like how you put it back to, even if you just touch that one person, that's the huge impact. So that's good to remember that. Okay, Miss Anera. Oh, you on mute?
All right. Thank you so much for having me. So I am a spiritual person as well, and I've noticed that everybody's message is in alignment with what I was going to say. So I'm going to say this. I'm going to say, I don't know if you're already listening or if you're going to be listening later, but obviously you need to know that you are enough. So whoever you are, know that you are enough, right? Also know that the outside noise that tells you that you're not enough and that you can't do what you're trying to do, if they could do it, they'd already be doing it, right? If they could do it, they would be in the same space that you are in. So be careful what negative noise you let in, right? Only let positivity in, which is where collaboration comes in. Surround yourself with people that are trying to do it as well or have already done it. And just know that no one has been put on this earth void. Everybody has a gift and a purpose, just like Pat told us, right? So you are enough. Just figure out what that means for you and show up in the world, because someone needs you, right? And every day that you don't show up, you're leaving someone unhealed, because you all have that magic elixir and you all have that healing agent. So every time you don't show up, it's another day that someone suffers unhealed. And when you heal others, you discover yourself and you learn day by day that you are actually enough. You can reach me, Facebook, LinkedIn, just Aneri Bellamy. Get in my DM, my inbox. I love answering questions, not those fillers, just enough to get your money. I mean, actually genuinely answer your questions, so feel free to jump in my inbox, ask any questions that you need. Or if you're in that moment where you're questioning being enough, I don't mind reminding you that you are enough.
Ooh, can somebody say drop the mic? Oh my God. And now you see why I love doing this, everybody. Come on now. This is just, this is heaven. Thank you for the wisdom and the knowledge. You ladies are just so powerful. Okay, Regina, come on, lady. I know you have something.
Awesome. Well, first of all, let me just say what an honor it's been to be amongst all of you this evening and to learn from each of you as you share your wisdom. So my tip is kind of twofold. First of all, it's know what it is that is your purpose and passion in life, who it is that you're supposed to be impacting. What is that difference that you're supposed to make in the world? And then also get really clear on your values, what the values are in your life, and make sure that you're living those values in everything that you do. As you do those two things, you will attract people to you who resonate with your passion and share your values, and they will want to be involved with you and want to be a part of your life, want to be your client or your mentor, whatever, that from all areas, they will come to you because they resonate with you and what you stand for.
Well, I went from being excited now I'm about to cry. See, y'all got me all this emotion. This is too much emotion. let me put myself on mute. Who's next? America Supermom, come on. I know you'll make me cry. Just go. Just do it.
Well, I just want to say thank you so much for the opportunity. It's always a blessing to be on this panel and share words of wisdom. And I'm over here writing notes at the same time. But my tip would be to dream bigger. Just dream bigger, bigger, bigger. When you have big dreams, you realize that you can't do it alone. And that is an opportunity for you to always be mindful of collaborating. So with that being said, my big dream this year is to collaborate with Oprah Winfrey and Jimmy Fallon. So I always like to make that known a lot of places where I am public, because, you know, you need to be scared of some of your dreams. You know, it needs to be something that, you know, people hold you accountable to. So you'll always be conscious of doing the work and remembering, just as the other panel member said, that you are enough. It is possible if you believe it, and you do have something to offer and to contribute. So remember just to keep dreaming bigger. I can be reached on all social media platforms, but you can always messenger me through any of those. My email is info@LachelleAtkins.com. And I just want to say thank you again for having me this evening.
Awesome. Before I get to Miss Queen Shelley, I just want to say this because Lachelle really brought it to my attention. I want everybody to listen to everybody's dreams and what they're talking about right now, because I feel like we should be accountable for each other to help them get to those dreams. If anybody knows somebody that knows Jimmy Fallon and Oprah in a close and get on speed dial to introduce them to America's Supermom, let's do it. Let's do this. So she put it out there. See, I tell people, you have not because you ask not. Everybody knows that. She's putting it out there in the universe. We as women, if you know somebody, because it's always, they always say, I don't know what it is, but they said it's like 2 or 3 people to that person that you're trying to get to or something like that. So if we know that, let's do it, because guess what? When she's get lifted up and she meets the people she wants, then we all get lifted up. So I just wanted to say that. So, hey, no Oprah on speed dial, no Jimmy Fallon, hey, get some. So with that, come on, Queen Shelley.
All right. First of all, Lachelle, you stole my tip. Mine was think bigger, faster. So great minds think alike. And then the other thing that was kind of cool when you were saying that with Oprah, the whole reason I have a business is because somebody way back when didn't know who she was and didn't return a call to be on her show back when she was on TV every day, if you could believe that. So I am so thrilled that you are going to be on Oprah, girlfriend. And I can say, I know someone who is on Oprah or who's collaborating with Oprah. And my tip around Think Bigger, Faster is to a practice that I love called What If Up. What if it all goes right? And then you're thinking like a little kid right before Christmas, you know, I'm going to get a pony. What if Santa brings me blah, blah, whatever it is. And they just dream big and nothing's impossible and they're going for it. And it's just think bigger, faster. What if it all goes right? What if I get everything I'm after? What if? And then what if these collaborations work out? Just what if up really, really big. So that's mine. Oh, and how to get me. I'm on all the social media platforms. Blah, blah, blah. I was so excited to share. It's more about giving than getting. I put my Linktree link in the chats. And so there's some good stuff there with my Linktree, I think, is where I'm sending everybody right now. So that's mine.
So I'm loving yours. Woo! See, between you, me, and I, we all get all energetic. That's what we're doing. I feel like I've been doing sit-ups and crunches and everything, but just in the mind and in the heart. Have you all felt like it was just me? Well, I want to leave with everybody. I want everybody to think about this, and this is a quote. Be somebody's rainbow to somebody's cloud. Be somebody's rainbow to somebody's cloud. Now, I know Pat was about to say something, so I didn't want to cut you off, Pat. Go ahead.
I just want to make sure that you spoke up because your words of wisdom are incredible and the world needs to hear what you have to say.
Oh, okay. Don't start me. We'll be here for another 2 hours. No. No, I really wanted that quote's been resonating me, that be somebody's rainbow through their storm, because I'm always talking about your PPD, and that's your purpose, passion, drive. And a lot of us touched on that. And see, if you notice, everybody that said purpose or pattern or something like that, I was like, because I get so excited when you say that, because that's our foundation. Each and every woman on this panel, they know their purpose. They're moving forward to it. You see, they got the passion. They're up at what, 9, 10, whatever time on this show with me. That's passion. That's passion. And then they have the drive. I call it the gas. It's the gas in you. The drive. So all those three are so important. So when we have all these storms, we're talking about, oh my God, I can't do this, or somebody talked about me, or there's an earthquake somewhere in your lives, or the pandemic, if you want to put that out there. And you go reach deep inside here and understand your PPD. And that's the diamond factor. That's what I call it. So please, everybody, please, I beg of you, that's my movement, is to make sure that each and every, especially women, I always say this, I got to say this, I love the men. I do. I really do. But us as women, we really need to just move forward and keep it moving. This is the year of the women. Think about it. We got a vice president of the United States that's a woman. And did anybody notice that? And I said this to somebody in that inauguration. Everybody mostly on that panel was women. I mean, did you notice that? It was the one that swore in, it was a woman. The young lady that did the poem was a woman. I mean, I was the one that was heading up the whole thing. She was a lady. So I was like, this is what I'm talking about. I had to shed a tear that day. I shed a tear because it is taking us. You know, we always got to do the extra. I don't care what anybody says, us as women. I don't care what minority you are. We always have to, as a woman, we have to do the extra. It's so nice to see that we're getting to that level where people are still seeing our uniqueness as greatness and as epic in this world. So I just have to say that. And I commend each and every woman here. I'm thank you that you're under my, diamond factor, but it's not about me. And I always say that it's not about me. I created this so you all can shine like diamonds. So you all can shine like diamonds. So with that, Pat, is that good, Pat? I always check it with Pat because she always has my back too. Thank you, Pat. I love you.
Thank you, Barbara. That was brilliant.
Oh, so everybody, again, I just want to say, moving forward, if people don't know, we do this panel. I know we were off a month because we were trying to get some things together. But the first Thursday of every month, we have this Diamond Perspective discussion. Now, we always have some special guests. Today we have 1, 2, 3, 4. We had 4 today. So see, we welcome. And thanks to Barbara. I got to give you kudos again, Barbara, for bringing in the other queens. And Neri, thank you so much. We've been collaborating. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Again, please, social media, you know how it is. Just because this live is still out there, share. Keep sharing it out. People need to know this wisdom. People need to get to know you. I want them to know your business so they can reach out to you. That's another thing. So please share. And we'll see you next month, everybody. I love you, ladies. Queen Diamonds. Keep rocking it.